Hi, I'm Phaedre, and today we're going to talk about affirmations and how to make them work. By now, we all know that universal law is whatever we want, we receive. Sometimes that works, but sometimes it doesn't. So what I'm going to talk about today is why it sometimes doesn't work to just want something and receive it, and why sometimes we don't receive what we want, and what we can do about that. Basically, wanting is the same as believing that you're going to get something. There's no difference as far as the law of attraction and the universe is concerned. Whatever we believe is going to happen is equivalent to wanting. So say that there's something that you're really wanting, such as perfect health, or to be in your highest state, to be in your Shiva state, or to have a life situation turn out in a way that's beneficial for you and easy for you, effortless. You can have all of that. There's nothing preventing you from having that. There's no manly earth law, or whatever you want to call it. There's nothing on earth that can stop the force of your wanting. Nothing. What stops it is within you. There is a belief that says, I can't have this, and it may be based on what you've heard a million times in society. Usually that's it. Where would you get this idea that you can't have something that your heart is calling out for? It doesn't matter where you got it. The only thing that matters is that it's in there right now, stopping you from having what you want. So the way to release those old thoughts that have been sitting in you on this subject, whatever subject it is, wanting that life situation, wanting perfect health, wanting to be in your highest state, whatever it is that you truly want, you can have that by releasing that voice that says, but that's not the kind of person I am. I just don't have that kind of luck. Or, my doctor says this. Or, but this life situation is out of my control. Whatever the voice is that's contradicting that feeling of, I know what I want. I am Shiva. I am in perfect health. Yes. Whatever's contradicting your feeling that way, you got to extract it. You've got to take it out. The way that we do this is we use the strongest tool that we have, which is called the light of consciousness. We shine the light of consciousness on that voice that's saying, oh, I can't have that. I'm not Shiva, I'm a student. And I call it a voice because if you listen, you can actually hear it in your mind. You can feel what that thought does to you when you're in a meditative state. Especially, it's easy to feel what that voice that says, oh no, what the doctor says is true. That doesn't feel good. It's got a fear vibration in it. So anything that's stopping you from feeling that, yes, I have the perfect health that I want. Yes, I am Shiva. Anything that's stopping you, you're going to hear it as a voice or feel it as a feeling, and you shine the light of consciousness on it. Just go into the meditative state. Do the heart breath, for example. Feel yourself as your highest self. For a few minutes, just feel, I have that perfect health. Yes, I am Shiva. I am Shakti. This life situation is exactly going my way. Whatever it is, feel it. Feel the feeling of being in it. And then, still doing the heart breath, listen to what comes up in your mind. There may be old voices from way back when, saying, oh, you can't have that. Oh, that's not how it works in this world. Or, yeah, I wish I had perfect health, but I just went to the doctor and he told me this, this, and this. Or, yeah, it would be nice to be Shiva, but I'm just a student. I'm not Shiva. Whatever those voices are saying, shine the light of consciousness on them. That's how to extract it. It's very simple. But we shy away from doing that because when we hear these voices, we just believe them. We become them. We believe, even though I'm not choosing this voice, even though I'm not choosing to hold this perspective, it's in me, so therefore it must be mine. No, you get to choose all of your perspectives, all of your beliefs. So if there is a belief that's blocking what you really want, you get to choose to take it out. And again, the way to do that is shine the light of consciousness. Listen to that voice. Listen, notice, oh, that sounds like me, but it's not me. It's not what I'm choosing. Feel what it does to your body. Notice the difference between the vibration of those thoughts and the I am Shiva thought. There's a very different vibration. The blocking thought has a vibration that contains fear. It doesn't feel good. It feels like I've got to, get somewhere to have what I want. I've got to, I don't even know how. It doesn't have that clear, powerful vibration, which comes with knowing I can have what I want. For example, what I'm working on today is impatience. It's like I really want patience. I don't have it. And, that might seem like a contradiction because I'm a yogi and I look peaceful all the time. But within, there's been this impatience, and I noticed it yesterday. So what I'm doing today is I'm bringing into me that feeling of patience. Just what would it feel like to actually feel like patient? It's like something I've never had. Let me see, what does that feel like? Yeah. And I feel it. And then I don't have any necessarily strong blocking beliefs in word form about this, but there's this feeling, this sort of, impatient feeling that comes up every few seconds. So every time it comes up, I shine the light of consciousness on it. Oh, there it is again. Ooh, let me feel what that felt like. Yeah, that was it. And I realized I've been believing that was my position, but it's not, because I'm choosing something else. I'm choosing patience. I'm choosing to feel good. I'm choosing to have what I want. So just by shining the light of consciousness on that spark of impatience that comes up, every time it comes up, don't let any slip by, if possible. Every time it comes up, shine that light of consciousness on that voice, of that feeling, whatever it is that doesn't match your choice on the subject. Just shine the light of consciousness, and it will disintegrate within a few days, usually 2 or 3 days. If you're vigilant, what you're doing is you're taking belief away from, that old strain of thought, which allows the wanting to be the only thing within you on that subject that's attracting. Namaste.